security in Libya was reduced before last month's attack on the American consulate in Benghazi, even as violence worsened, the U.S. panel has heard. The former U.S. Army official in Libya, Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Wood, said that security in the country had been weak. The rancorous congressional committee hearing centered on whether the State Department had sought enough diplomatic security staff for the mission. The BBC's Mark Martle says Wednesday's session was highly political. The month before the U.S. election, Republican candidate Mitt Romney has been making the "thank you for trying" verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Benghazi attack the centerpiece of his case against President Barack Obama's foreign policy. Rare and extraordinary, Lieutenant Colonel Wood told Wednesday's hearing of the House Committee on Oversight and Reform that when he arrived in Libya in February there had been 3 U.S. diplomatic special security teams in the country, but by August they had been withdrawn. He also said that the security situation in Libya had worsened before the September 11 attack, in which 4 Americans died, including Ambassador Chris Stevens. He said he had visited Benghazi twice and "thank you for trying" verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Was there in June when the British ambassador's convoy was attacked, one of a dozen incidents before the assault on the consulate. The security in Benghazi was a struggle and remained a struggle throughout my time there, Lieutenant Colonel Wood told the congressional hearing. Fighting between militias was still common when I departed. Some militias appeared to be disintegrating into organizations resembling freelance criminal operations. Targeted attacks against Westerners were on the increase. He said that in June there had been a direct threat made against the ambassador. "Thank you for trying" verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. On Facebook, mentioning that he liked to jog regularly, State Department officials defended themselves during the hearing from accusations that they had been unprepared. "We had the correct number of assets in Benghazi at the time of 9/11, said Charlene Lamb, the Deputy Secretary of State for Diplomatic Security. She noted there had been 5 diplomatic security agents in Benghazi at the time of the attack, as well as extra security staff. However, White House spokesman Jay Carney told reporters on Wednesday that in hindsight there was no "thank you for trying" verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Questioned that the security was not enough to prevent that tragedy from happening, Patrick Kennedy, Undersecretary of State for Management, told the hearing that the Benghazi incident had been an unprecedented attack by dozens of heavily armed men. His statement echoed the State Department briefing on Tuesday that the government had never concluded the sacking of the Benghazi mission was motivated by a US-made video ridiculing Muslims. In the days after the attack, Mr. Obama's ambassador to the United Nations, Susan Rice, described it as a spontaneous one that arose out "thank you for trying" verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Of a protest against the film, Mr. Kennedy suggested that Obama administration officials had been working off the best intelligence they had at the time. Reuters news agency reported last week that hours after the attack the White House had received a dozen reports suggesting al-Qaeda-linked militants were responsible. The top U.S. security chief in Libya until July, Eric Nordstrom, also appeared before the committee. Mr. Nordstrom testified that he had been criticized for seeking more security. "There was no plan and it was hope." "Thank you for trying" verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. "It would get better," he said. He told the committee that conversations he had with people in Washington had led him to believe that it was abundantly clear we were not going to get resources until the aftermath of an incident. Partisan rancor disrupted the hearing, with Democrats accusing the committee chair and his Republican-controlled panel of refusing to make witnesses available, withholding documents and effectively excluding Democrats from a fact-finding trip to Libya. Republicans accuse State Department officials of not being fully cooperative with their probe. "Thank you for trying" verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. The memo prepared by the committee's Democratic staff noted that House Republicans had voted for an embassy security funding package that was $459 million $286 million lower than what the Obama administration had requested. Meanwhile, the White House's top counterterrorism advisor, John Brennan, has met Libyan President Mohamed Magarias and others in Tripoli to discuss how Libya can help the U.S. track down those responsible for the assault.